stopped using it after the first game in group stages. We got Visor Ranger, that K1llsen. There's the clutch for Av3k. I suspect the Nyx at the end for K1llsen. Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if you want to reconnect to the server or not, because you've been full robo for the last, I'd say, minute or so. People in chat are suggesting to update your firmware, because we all know you're a robot because you cast every single tournament that we ever see.
I did just do a little sly reconnect. I don't know if that helped at all. I did all kinds of things before.
Oh, we're good. We're good now. There was a robot when he came back, but we're good now. So, ladies and gentlemen, get underway with our first quarterfinal of the day. It's going to be K1llsen up against Av3k. Winner goes on to play against Ron. And let's see how this match breaks down.
Round one, fight.
Who you want to begin with, Jason?
I'm on Av3k at the moment. Not choosing to use his piercing sight, which is something we've noticed. You know, in his match versus K1llr loved to spam the piercing sight. Av3k only uses it, it seems, when he wants to force an attack, or maybe when he's unsure of where his opponent is.
Yeah, it's annoying for him to have given up the rail damage off the beginning, because that mega means nothing at the moment. But he's got it now. Using the LG, it's not an easy weapon to hit from this angle. Well, he still finds a little bit of damage, so he's done better than I would have predicted.
He got a hell of a lot of damage off, and unluckily for him, looks like he took a rocket there down to 70 HP, and K1llsen does respawn in like, and K1llsen's gonna have that piercing sight up. Gonna switch over to him really quickly while this one's active. You can definitely tell from the way he was playing that he was sitting on it. Heavy's gonna be up, and looks like Av3k's been able to steal this one away, and K1llsen goes for that mid-air rocket as Av3k does drop down. As we saw, it did not connect, but K1llsen, I'd still say he's one of the most deadly players in Quake Champions that I've seen with the rocket launcher.
Oh yeah, combine that with his famous rail, he's an absolute beast with it. Did see Av3k do a nice little nail gun jump to Heavy beforehand. K1llsen's managed to win the mega area and finally getting himself the LG. K1llsen altogether though is just a massive aim monster.
Deadly for him to push into the Heavy though. Does take a rocket but dodges away from the rail. And unfortunately, both of the players are going to be missing their own follow-up rails off the back of that. But now, with Av3k getting the time shards, he's going to be able to claw up in terms of getting that piercing sight available. And K1llsen, he is using them off of cooldown, it seems. I've almost not seen it off cooldown since the start of the game for him. Constantly trying to use it to get information, and Av3k now going to be using his own to get that pre-fire damage in.
Well, rockets, again, as you say, very, very solid. He's going to have the Heavy in a moment. He's just guarding that upper hallway. Makes it up successfully. And with his piercing sight coming up in just over 10 seconds, I suspect he's going to want to look to go in for the kill now.
But by the way, we do actually see K1llsen using clutch here. And that was a kind of question we did have. And even Rafa mentioned on stream last night when I was watching him, wondering if K1llsen spent his day practicing clutch because it was going to be such a needed champion to use. Av3k could be dropping down. He's going to eat a rose at 68 HP. K1llsen's going to go for the finisher. 5 HP left, and there you go. K1llsen bounces him into the side, hits the rail. K1llsen opens things up with the first frag.
Yeah, brilliant combo that we saw there. I was worried about his rail usage right at the beginning because he probably could have gone in hard with the LG, but he cleaned up afterwards with a nice rocket to rail combo. Now he has to go versus the clutch. If he can get the frag with the visor, then he's going to be looking seriously good this round.
Oh, contesting Mega is going to be a little bit difficult for him. I like the way, though, he just backed off, realized, hey, shield's going to be there. Let me do some damage from range. I don't need to force a fight just yet. I can force it more on my own terms if I can. And again, piercing sight comes off cooldown, immediately uses it, hits another rail, and he stops Av3k for going for the Heavy. Oh, the shield's been popped.
Oh, this is huge. Well, the amount of damage that he took, all the rockets that hit on the Heavy armor, he had all of the best entry damage, but because of his vulnerable position, he couldn't do anything.
Honestly, we have to give credit to Av3k, though, to hit those shots. That rail from below, not an easy shot to hit at all. He's going to try to look to get away from K1llsen here. Steals away Mega, and he's only at 50 HP left as that shotgun is coming in, doing some serious damage. Does connect one rail before he does fall, but K1llsen's still sitting very healthy at the moment.
Yeah, you consider shotgun to be a close range weapon where you can get really, you know, all the shells to hit, but when you're going up against a clutch, it's almost like a mid to long range weapon as well.
It's not K1llsen. What's his game plan here? He's up against one champion of Av3k. He's going to be a ranger, so the kill potential is going to be there. There's only about a minute and 10 seconds left to go in the round here. So, Zoot, do you think he's going to try to drag this out, or do you think he's going to go for the finish?
I would expect him to drag it out a bit more, but I think Av3k's answered the question for you.
Yeah, I was going to say...
One thing K1llsen had to do is avoid getting into a fight up in those very narrow hallways up at the top of the map, for instance. So a fight down there did make it easier to dodge a dire or something along those lines. So Very well done for k1llsen in round 1.
And more importantly, k1llsen doing really well on clutch there. I mean, obviously it's not going to be super difficult to pop your shield and kill someone, but considering he's openly said it's not one of his best champions, he still looked pretty damn solid there off the bat. So that's a good start for him. And now let's go see the visor yet again. k1llsen popping out Pearson's side off the bat. A great flick rail out of him. And if you can't tell from that, I'm definitely watching him at the moment.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. We're going to have items coming up at the same time in a moment. I'm very curious to see what position he's going to use. He will hold lower. He knows exactly where he is. And, you know, even with that piercing sight, that's a rail that k1llsen's going to hit every time. And he's only just now going to get himself onto the rockets. Still does not have the LG. And is now going to be concerned a bit that Av3k's probably using his piercing sight, so he's going to be careful with his position to avoid walking into a rail or into a predictive rocket. Which isn't really predictive when you got piercing sight, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Actually, there's a lot of damage being done too with the LG. k1llsen's going to have to run away, but Av3k's one position over towards Heavy. Instead, he doesn't go for it. He's going to try to cut k1llsen off towards Mega. And I think k1llsen kind of read into it. But again, Av3k, he's not done just yet. He's going to push the fight even further. 19 health left. What is this man doing? He is playing so risky. k1llsen, though, with these rails he's hitting time and time again, his accuracy. He's at 66%, 4 out of 6 at the moment.
And that piercing sight just gives you so many more opportunities for damage. You double back into a fight ways that you wouldn't normally, because you know for sure that it's going to be safer to do so. Av3k does manage to heal up after it and is going to keep control of the map. But, yep, k1llsen going to have to be careful.
Ooh, Av3k. I was going to be a little bit careful here. That piercing sight is going to certainly be popped. There it is. k1llsen gets the read, gets the first rail. The second, though, he's going to be pushed in. A great time out of Av3k considering he had the rail out. But Av3k's going to look to escape here. k1llsen's on 26 HP. But Av3k's not going to get the finish on the kill. He hears him towards jump pad, though.
It's still mental that k1llsen's taking the kind of strong positions to go for the damage, even though he was so much weaker than Av3k. So you can tell the amount of respect that Av3k's giving him in these fights. Doesn't matter how warmed up k1llsen is lately, you're never going to take him lightly.
Ooh, that's a double piercing sight coming out from both players. 15 health left for Av3k. Don't peek again. It looks like k1llsen's going to be able to steal away the heavy armor. Really good position again. Really good shots. As you mentioned, the rails. The LG's going to be there another time, and k1llsen's going to take the lead for his second round running.
We're going to get a bit of defrag action as well going for k1llsen. A nice rocket jump over towards the heavy. Really invoking the power of speed into his second round. Now that clutch. He's going to be thankful that he has a bit of stack to work with, even if it is modest.
Oh. He's going to go for the push. Teleport's going to buy some time here. k1llsen tries to get the shot from the back, but Av3k turns around in time and picks up the clean kill here with the clutch. Are we going to see k1llsen go the same route, or he's going to go towards Ranger here? No, he will go clutch, so he has about an 18-second window at the moment to try to catch him out.
Yeah, he's got to go in for the counter as soon as possible. Mega's going to be up behind him. He might even push forward a little bit for some extra damage. He's not getting as much as Av3k is.
He did come out okay, though. He was able to get Mega off of that. He was trying to contest that one and make sure secure. He's going to push straight into him. Shield be shield, and we know how this one's going to go. The mating call, the mating dance, as you mentioned.
That's it.
For those new little babies. k1llsen, though, what shot was that?
I mean, Av3k decided to rocket jump up again. That's what completely blew my mind. He made himself extremely vulnerable. He's got a champion left. He should be able to refrag on k1llsen now, but it's like what happened on Blood Run last time we were watching Av3k. He does kind of throw himself unnecessarily at the opponent from time to time. That
window he did have is gone. The shield's going to be back up here. k1llsen can kind of stall for time if he does want to. But of course, if he sees the opportunity, he can just force the fight himself. With the shield being available, it comes down to Av3k and the Dire Orb frag. So I'm going to switch over to Av3k's point of view here. See if he can get back in this round with about 40 seconds to go.
He'll have Mega in a second, and then all the items to work with. Little fake rocket jump. And he does another one to try and catch him out, but k1llsen can hear everything that he's doing in the map. Oh, the rail in combination with that rocket. He might even have to go for this next heavy before he can push any further, and he wants more rockets too.
Well, he's got 20 seconds left to go. So the pressure is on. He's going to be able to steal away heavy, yes. But can he catch up to k1llsen, who has shield available? Again, if he doesn't die or kill him, I think that's going to be it. He's going to have the time shards there, but he backs off. 10 seconds left to go, and Av3k seems to have almost given up on this round. k1llsen's going to have that shield, and I almost see there's no chance here for Av3k to win this round.
Yeah, unless some crazy telefrag happened or some sort, but it looks as if k1llsen's going to be able to back off. I think I even heard him pop the shield in the last second. But yeah, 2-0 right now for k1llsen.
So is this the kind of start you expected out of k1llsen? Because honestly, he's playing pretty damn solid.
No, not at all. He's doing very well right now. I think Av3k needs to wipe the sleep off his eyes and get himself into the game. We have seen him though falling down to opponents' leads and then having to make comebacks, so I don't doubt that Av3k's going to have something for us.
Oh yeah, I mean, Av3k even yesterday would lose the first map, for instance, against Toxic in his second... Actually, against Razy, he lost the first map, came back in the second. We went over to Blood Covenant. Definitely Blood Run maybe seemed to be one of his weaker maps because he did lose twice on it yesterday. But he was able to win twice on Blood Covenant. Yeah, exactly.
It was the Blood Covenant, I think, between him and k1llsen that was actually really, really nice to watch. But, oh my god, he was railable just there. k1llsen, he's missing rail shots eventually after taking 2 in a row. So he is weak, and I suspect that Av3k will be able to get the frag back. He's going to charge through. Has the shotgun, didn't fall off the ledge either. It should be just a formality.
He did a lot of damage though to Av3k, despite that. I mean, he's down to 72 health. He hit a nice 100 damage rocket, got a lot of damage with the LG. And it looks like k1llsen's just trying to pick a couple of weapons before he does force the engage. He got the rocket out. And Av3k's gonna get some distance, but can Av3k get away? And no, k1llsen's gonna chase him with a shotgun in the end to finish that one off. And not to mention a perfect timing for Mega to come up and Heavy to be up in a second.
Oh, he's going to miss the orb completely. That is going to be a 3-0 sweep here on Blood Run. So, k1llsen, momentum is on his side. He's now got to continue it moving into Blood Covenant. But yeah, that absolute crushing from k1llsen.
That looked very one-sided. It went 3, 2, and 3 in that map. But going on to Blood Covenant, that's going to be the map choice here for Av3k. You can see LG, or Rail at the end. I really wish it did culminate all of the rounds together. That'd be a lot nicer to see. But still,
on my wish list for sure at the top end.
But you can still see though k1llsen favoring the rail quite heavily. He shot 5 in that round, where Av3k's only able to get 2. So definitely a gun he's kind of fallen back into. I really like to see it, and a little bit unfortunate for Av3k. He went for the high risk, high reward play, as we saw with the Ranger there, and it just didn't pay off.
And there was plays earlier in the other rounds where he kind of put himself at risk when he shouldn't have, and it wasn't even high risk, high reward plays. It was very high risk, very low reward, as in he's putting himself out of position to do damage, but the position he's putting himself at risk can also cause him to die. So he couldn't have really got as much as he ever wanted. So I hope we're going to see some safer plays from Av3k, or so at least some more calculated aggression. And I'm also curious to see in the next map if k1llsen's going to avoid the clutch, as Blood Covenant is, as we said, a weaker map for him.
Yeah, and for me, Av3k, I think he's one of the players. I mean, he can play slow, but when he plays fast and plays aggressive, it can be like one of the flashiest things we've seen. I actually really like seeing Av3k when he can play aggressive, but it seems like with the visor at the moment, it's really hard to do so when the enemy player does have that. You obviously can be seen quite easily, and you take a lot of damage trying to get a position that you want to against the rail. But going on to Blood Covenant with Corrupt to keep 3rd, I wonder if we're going to have any difference in picks here, because we have seen k1llsen favor Nyx here on this map.
Yeah, Av3k with a visor. We've got the Ranger straight away. I suspect a visor, yeah. I like his dress up as well. Nyx is what he was picking before, and he's going to pick it again.
So going clutchless.
Interesting. Yes.
Yeah, I'm
not against that.
I saw Rafa in his match versus Dramas yesterday for the Tasty Spleen. Is it Tasty? Yeah, Tasty Spleen. The duel tournament, and he played Nyx here at Tasty Cup. Damn it! Is it called Tasty Spleen?
He's Tasty Spleen TV, and it's the Tasty Cup.
Okay, the Tasty Cup. He was playing Nyx here on Blood Covenant as well against Dramas, so I see a little bit of Nyx come back into things.
3.
Alright, well, let's do this, Jason. We get ourselves onto map number 2 in the quarterfinals. I'm on Av3k. I would like, actually,
yeah, I'm on
I
k1llsen.
personally want to go see k1llsen.
Yeah, I saw the Nyx, and I was like, yeah, okay. We're in sync here.
Let's just see what we can do. He's going to go get himself the rail before the opportunity disappears. He's got the Mega behind, does manage to hit the rail regardless. Lots of nail gun coming his way, but he's going to top out his health completely.
k1llsen was able to get the rocket launcher and the rail, where Av3k only had the rocket launcher, and that was only coming in towards the end in those last little bit of exchanges. Heavy's going to be up, and K1llsen's going to be in the perfect position to secure this one. Piercing sight has been used, so Av3k knows that Heavy was stolen away from him. But he hasn't been able to close the gap against K1llsen, but he might be able to here towards Mega. 5 seconds left to go, and that preemptive rocket out of K1llsen just forced Av3k back.
That rocket was disgusting. He doesn't need piercing sight to hit these shots. Oh, he almost finds it again, but doesn't hold the angle long enough. You can tell K1llsen has got a bit of a read on what Av3k's doing. But he doesn't find him. There it is. He has to get the kill because there's no ghost walk, but the rocket finds his mark. Likewise for Av3k. Very, very close. Because I really like the start to the fight that K1llsen got. However, he doesn't have the stack to fall back on, nor the ghost walk anymore.
You like the ghost walk engagement there?
I did, but he didn't commit. He kind of like walked through LG and then looked really confused.
Oh my lord, K1llsen. He switches to the machine gun, the heavy machine gun here. Av3k, we saw him using it a hell of a lot yesterday. We saw Zron as well from Group A do it on day 1. K1llsen is hitting so many rails. He's 4 for 6 again. He's only shot 6 rockets, and he's shot just as many rails.
Oh my god. And he hasn't been going versus any of the clutches yet. But he's going to probably be able to pad out his rail stats a little more now. As you can hear the monster rushing around. I don't want to use this aggressively. Let's get a bit of misdirection.
I was actually expecting K1llsen to run the opposite direction there once the dire went high. Because then it forces Av3k to choose which one to go to. And obviously K1llsen can just run the other way. But he stuck there. He stuck around. He did some damage. He lost out on Mega though. And he's still not healthy at all. Dire Orb's going to be able to come in and get him out of this spot once Heavy spawns in. No, the Dire Orb actually fades out. Now he's has to commit to the fight here. The rocket lands. Yes. But Av3k picks up the kill nonetheless. And that's going to equalize things here a little bit more. So we're down to 1 champion left apiece.
You could tell that K1llsen was desperate to pick up that heavy armor before leaving the fight through the Dire Orb. We've had some entry damage from Av3k. He's going to be looking to take this round unless K1llsen's able to do something of pure genius. Here's a drop. Trying to go in for a pummel. Not going to be a chance. And that is going to be Av3k with his first round of the series.
And that still definitely could have gone the other way for K1llsen. If that Dire came out like 1 second later, it seems like he maybe misjudged the timing on Heavy. And because of that, his Dire faded away. And he wasn't able to escape that position. But here we go into the second round here. Av3k going to be tagging along with him on the visor again. Not popping the piercing sight off the bat. And I imagine, yeah, K1llsen did use his own. And K1llsen, unfortunately, not going to hit that rail. But Av3k now knows a little bit of a better timing on Heavy, most likely. Going to get his own rail now and try to play from the high ground.
Apologies, I did a quick reconnect in case things going wrong there. I'm going to still keep an eye on Av3k. Ouch. That was a quick reaction there from K1llsen. Right back at you, K1llsen. You could tell they were presumably both using the piercing sight there.
Yep. K1llsen's going to go for the push though. Av3k down to 90 HP. See him just spamming those rockets to try to make this cross. He does get a nice boost off. Almost connects the mid-air rocket down to 3 health as he picks up that health globe. Gets up to 30 yet again, but K1llsen can still push. Instead, just going to back away. Keeps his HP high. Or at least higher than it was for Av3k. And both are just going to retreat, but Av3k has that piercing sight up now. He's got rail. But he's not opting to go for the jump. Not opting to go for that damage. I guess he doesn't fully know how weak K1llsen is.
It's a shame he didn't really, because K1llsen was possibly railable, definitely zoom railable. But I'd have liked to have seen him go in for some kind of move. Finds him, but there's going to be a bit of piercing sight giving K1llsen some information. And wow, the rockets. Av3k just wasn't even expecting such an aggressive attack, but totally made sense for him.
I mean, the position that K1llsen forced that fight, he got him into a corner with the rocket, and it's like, you're never going to escape that.
Now K1llsen's got to watch out. Again, he is clutchless, so is going to have to deal with the robot accordingly.
Oh, if he can hit shots like that over and over, it's very likely he could deal with the clutch. Yeah, exactly. And also picking up these time shards as much as he possibly can. Oh my lord, what is this? 6 out of 10. 60% rail at the moment.
He's got to keep backing off though. He's got to be very, very careful. He's done a great job so far, but he's run out of railgun ammunition. Here's the LG, and Av3k kills himself as well, so that's big for K1llsen.
Oh no, Av3k's trapped. He doesn't have a way to escape this. Oh, he has a shotgun here. K1llsen can finish off this round if he wants to drop on top of him. He has the ghost walk, but opting not to use it. Looks like k1llsen will take away the Mega in the meantime and keep this champion lead. Still Av3k. He's got the poverty weapons, as Jahar was calling it yesterday.
Ooh.
k1llsen will take that. It's
Wow.
going to be convincing.
Av3k's putting himself in slightly vulnerable positions from time to time, and it's, yeah, well, he's being punished immediately, as you can see, so he's got to be very, very careful where he's going up on the map, especially using that bounce pad in the central area.
Alright, well, k1llsen, gonna be on with him again here as pops the vision. Actually, let's go to Av3k. Let's give Av3k a little bit of time here, because again, he's playing his visor a little bit different than what we've seen out of Cooler and now out of k1llsen. Opting to delay the vision, using his game sense instead off the bat to know where people are. And he also has access to these 4 shards here. k1llsen, it somehow is playing so... Actually, does k1llsen have side up? Okay, k1llsen has side up again. I was wondering like why he was waiting there.
So k1llsen was sat by the teleporter, and he was waiting 1 or 2 more seconds to get piercing sight. He used it, saw that Av3k was waiting on the bridge, and then he just went through and basically pre-fired on him. With the zoom rail, I think it was as well.
There's a lot of damage no matter what. And now k1llsen's completely stacked. Above him will be Av3k. You can see him even switching to the rail there in that kind of situation. In that close quarter combat. Very deadly. What's your thoughts though on this? About using piercing sight the way Av3k is and the way k1llsen is? Or do you have any thoughts on it?
I actually really like the way k1llsen uses it, because it just means you're getting as much information as much of the time. As long as you're not using it where you can see your opponent already, I absolutely all love the way k1llsen's using it. Whereas Av3k's trying to pick situations more carefully, when he feels like, alright, I've got an opportunity to do something more as items maybe have just passed. But I don't think there's a wrong way, but my personal preference is k1llsen's way.
Okay. Well, speaking of k1llsen, just going to be spamming out here against Av3k around the corner. Piercing sight back up again. So does Av3k in just a second or two. I don't know if he's actually popped it. It looks like he has. 11 HP left for k1llsen, and k1llsen's not going to finish off Av3k, and somehow Av3k, you know, down in stack, actually picks up that victory there in that fight.
He managed to engineer that fight very well. k1llsen walked through a whole load of rockets, and Av3k even overkill at the end with the railgun.
Take a look really quick at rails yet again. k1llsen 6 shots already this round. He's already hit 4 out of 6 of them. Oh, that rocket, that was a lot of damage. k1llsen, he's not going to have his ghost walk up here. And Av3k's have piercing sight, so k1llsen playing from the back foot.
Yep, Av3k's got it up. He knows exactly where he is. He's got to make an attack now on that heavy 1 rail. The thing is that heavy's just been taken, so he's still going to hit 2 more rails. Fortunately, misses the shot, but he had a great read on k1llsen just there to realize that he was going to double back.
Yeah, Av3k seems to be in the head of k1llsen, at least in this round. Ghostwalk's going to be up, though. And Av3k's just going to retreat back to Mega, and should be able to get back towards Heavy as well. He's got enough rail shots to go for it, too. And piercing sight will be back available here. So Zoot, he's going to have the high ground advantage. k1llsen's going to have Ghostwalk, might have to pop it. But luckily for him, Av3k's just not able to hit those rail shots, so he gets away scotch-free.
Let's see if Av3k can find another corner of attack. Oh god, he might be getting under attack now. But that's big information for him. He knows that this piercing sight can be used purely for attack without that Ghost Walk escaping. Only goes with the LG to initiate though.
Well, k1llsen gets away Mega too, so with Heavy being available, Av3k's going to have to drop, which gives k1llsen a potential rail angle. Instead, k1llsen's actually backing and not trying to commit to this at all. Av3k put a lot of emphasis on these time shards now as well. Not only does it make him stronger, obviously, by having piercing sight up quicker, also prevents k1llsen from getting these ghost walks. And the LG going to come out, Av3k gets knocked off the high ground, k1llsen going to actually get rocket jumped and aggressed on, and that would be Av3k finishing him off. Now k1llsen down to Ranger and Ranger only.
You can see that Av3k was terrified a rail was going to come out, so he just ran away from any possible line of sight as quickly as he could.
Ooh, k1llsen actually dropping into the bounce pad, gets knocked back up. Av3k doesn't know where the hell he's going. He's going to have piercing sight up now. And he's going to pop it.
From k1llsen.
Yeah.
What about Daro? He actually follows into it. He's absolutely mental. Now the LG though, Av3k trying to hit his shots. Did you see what k1llsen was doing at the end there? That just looked ridiculous.
No, that's on Avic's point of view.
To fight.
He was just spinning around. It looks like Avic's having similar issues to me.
2, 1, fight.
Well, I mean, even though with Av3k lagging at the moment, I guess, he's still winning rounds on this map. Such a crucial map as well for him, because if he loses this, you know, he's out of the tournament, and he will be out of the money, most importantly. A big game for both these two players, and obviously Cypher and K1llsen to come up. Get a guarantee yourself a minimum of $250. And then it starts to escalate quite heavily from there on.
Right, he's got to hope his internet can stand another map and a bit, hopefully for him.
Thought you could refer to yourself there too for a second.
I'd like my internet to stand for another few matches, if I'm honest.
Good little rail though, open things up with K1llsen. Such a deadly corner to be in for Av3k. He's gonna have Mega though, so be relatively fine. And K1llsen not able to hit those follow-up shots. So K1llsen backing off. 1 and 4, 25% rail. That's the lowest rail actually he's had so far today.
Yeah, Av3k's making some strange moves. When he's got piercing sight available, he could know. Wow, what a rocket! He can know immediately whether he's vulnerable or not to K1llsen's angles, but he really delays his usage of it a lot. I'm not sure I understand really the reason he does that. I'd really love to kind of question him and find out.
Well, Heavy's now up here, and looks like K1llsen just has the control. He's delaying the Heavy, trying to maybe bait Av3k in. And they do trade rail for rail, but of course K1llsen's going to come out the better of that. And with 8 seconds left to go on Mega, he can actually, if Av3k goes up there, he can lock him into that corner again with his rail.
Av3k realized he didn't even have time to pick up more of the resources that side of the map. He just had to get away because it was the obvious location for K1llsen to run to next. And he's got to back off still. He's in a very bad position for a fight. And I'd use the piercing sight straight away if I was Av3k.
Well, looks like he has not used it actually.
No, he hasn't. Now he's doing it, and now it's when he's got a more offensive stance because he can see that K1llsen jumped off the bridge to go towards Heavy.
That's going for the contest of Mega. LG for LG. Thing is, K1llsen's going to have the backing of Mega there. And that rocket of Av3k could have been huge if he hit K1llsen. And again, more of a slower pace with the visors. More of a chess game here between the two. Instead of just more of a fisticuff that we've seen before out of these.
Av3k's going to get piercing sight again in a second, and this time he's going to use it immediately. He's surely going to try and land a rail over here. He's going to miss the one opportunity he gave himself. Knows that he's outstacked a lot, and even going towards Mega now is scary. As you can see, he just got railed. K1llsen almost landing one more.
I think it's K1llsen's evil twin brother playing Railson. He's really dependent on this gun. Kind of going back into his own old style here. But hey, if you're hitting shots like he's hitting, why not? Any damage time after time. LG comes in. Av3k's gonna respond with his own rail, but K1llsen from the high gets him with the LG. And K1llsen gets, most importantly, the first frag on the board here in this round. Already 3 minutes in, Zoot.
Yeah, that was a lot of time to get that. K1llsen was quite weak afterwards. The thing is, Av3k's got the special weapon, the secret weapon that is very powerful versus the visor.
The robot?
That's up to, yeah.
It's like, what weapon? Oh, yeah.
He's just so mobile compared to K1llsen, so he needs to push in. It's good.
Oh my god! Oh, K1llsen gets it! 4 rails in a row. K1llsen gets the kill. It does trade 1 for 1, and now with Nyx left up against the Ranger of Av3k, he can just use this Ghost Walk and potentially drag out the time if he wants to. Those shots out of K1llsen, like, not only are they hard to hit period close range, but considering the pressure he was under from a clutch, makes it even harder.
Yeah, that was seriously nice from K1llsen. I'm very curious to see what the hell Av3k's going to be able to do to come back. He's got rail and rockets. He does hit a huge shot. Tries to get a mid-air, which he does eventually get. He can't close out the frag. 1 rail would do it for him.
K1llsen 11 out of 20 on his rail against the 2 out of 5 for Av3k. Dyro comes through, doesn't get to the high ground position. Now the LG's coming out, and Av3k can say goodnight here. K1llsen most certainly not going to miss this shot. There we go.
I think Av3k there knew that he was going to meet his maker. He was on 3 points of health, so I believe a single lightning bolt, or maybe 2, would have killed him then with the armor.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1, fight.
Okay, going into the 5th round now of our second map. K1llsen 1 round away, secured himself a spot to play against Ron in the semifinals. And Av3k fighting for his tournament life yet again, like yesterday when he was playing against Cooler. This man lives in pressure.
That's it. Maybe we're going to see the best out of Av3k now. We see K1llsen landing some nice stuff at the beginning of the round and going for some nice rails. And I've been enjoying the kind of mind games between the two visors. It's been fascinating to watch. But now Av3k needs some security at the start of this round.
Jesus, K1llsen. These rails he's hitting. These shots. I don't see why we would ever use any other gun at this rate with the amount of accuracy he's gotten out of this. Again, 3 for 7. He's consistently putting up 10 plus rails around, it seems.
Ooh. You can't have reactions that fast. Surely it's not possible. Trying to find another rail there, but goes to the tri-bolt instead. Av3k's going to be on the run for resources.
The scary part
And
is...
K1llsen... Please.
Is that K1llsen's hitting these rails without piercing sight. Like, these are just normal rails for K1llsen. Normally you would need, you know, for anyone else out there, a visor with piercing sight to know where the player is to hit these shots.
He also only had rail and tri-bolts for the first minute of the game. So you know what K1llsen depends on, and now he's not got any more rails. So we know what his next objective's going to be.
Probably head over towards rail, I guess.
Yeah. That would be very like him. He's going to get caught out, quite possibly, though, rail, and he's already kind of in position... I was going to say, actually in position for Av3k to do more damage, but Av3k does not overcommit to that. Whereas I think he could have.
And I think K1llsen's just trying to run away now, trying to pick up the rail again, trying to obviously restock on armor. He's lost control of Mega just from that one rail alone. Well, the heavy's going to be up in 2 seconds. And he doesn't really have the opportunity to fight from this kind of range. He's only going to have the heavy machine gun to use, and if he wants to go for those rockets, instead he runs off. I think that's a smart play at K1llsen here. But obviously going to have his piercing sight up in 1 second time, so they're both going to know exactly where they are.
Yeah, they know. There's like, I'm not going to go in for the damage, and you might think that I'm not using piercing sight and just wait for me to take damage. I do like the attack to heavy that Av3k did before, though. Even though he was late to pick it up himself, and he didn't see K1llsen picking it up, he was immediately there to do damage after. But walking with rockets, really strong shots from Av3k, and he's going to be able to take down the first frag of this round. Really, really important for Av3k.
Especially where we passed the halfway point in time. K1llsen now on the Ranger's going to have to come back. Watching Av3k at the moment, since he's the one that needs to win this round to keep the series alive. He's actually going to get aggressed on here, but great back-to-back rockets just decimates K1llsen. I think we might be going to a third map now. Picks up the Mega, going to head over to Heavy. And K1llsen left on a Nyx and Nyx only to go up against a Clutch next and potentially a Ranger.
Yeah, you're asking a lot from K1llsen at the moment. I don't doubt he can get a kill on Av3k's visor, but the way the stacks are working, probably not for 20 to 40 seconds at least. And then, as you say, everything afterwards to deal with. And it already was the Ghost Walk used. There's going to be 2 rails in a row, so that is going to be the first map for... Sorry, the second map for Av3k, making it 1-1 now in the series, taking us over to Corrupted Keep.
Okay, well done by Av3k. Again, we talked about him yesterday going against Cooler, trying to play for his tournament life, and he was able to pull through. And now, going into the next day for him, with his back against the wall, tied at 2 apiece, he does come back and does secure himself a spot into the third map at least. But Corrupted Keep, that's going to be an interesting one. No rail for K1llsen. I wonder how that's going to play out for him when he's been so rail heavy this entire set.
I'm curious of the champion picks as well. That's the one I'm most concerned over, because I feel like Clutch is going to be very important for him to use. I don't think he was using it on Corrupted Keep before.
Well, I did not write down, unfortunately, what they picked in each map, but I do have the scores for each map.
I think I'll do it, Jeff. I've got a little history book on the previous days. I'll go forward and let these guys know that we can begin.
Yeah, go straight into it. Fine with that. Sorry, just the comments in chat are making me laugh. Whenever your mic goes robot mode, people are telling me to use my microwave to
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It's honestly, there's nothing
good
that
now.
annoys me more. Am I? I was about to reconnect. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know
I
how
don't know
Friday
either.
was so good. The weekend is killing me and making me a robot.
Prepare for
We never
draft.
have this robot problem when you stream, though. I don't know. Maybe it's just
Yeah, that's it.
the
It
timing.
makes no sense,
But the thing
right?
is, you were also a robo before I even started the stream earlier, so that's what's really confusing.
I spent like 3 hours bloody looking at this, so.
Those are amateur hours. You gotta pump those numbers up, son. We're gonna see clutch though out of
clearly
both
do.
players. Nah, you're good
I
now.
think that's good for k1llsen to pick the clutch. I was worried that he was going to try and be experimental, but when you're playing for the win right now and you want to get into the semis, you have to go clutch.
Well, we're gonna find out here if he can do much with it. And then we're also going to find out if Av3k can come back, considering he's been on the back foot for the entire set so far. And of course, it doesn't get easier for any of these players if you do pick up this win, because you're going against Raw next.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough game, a really tough game. But let's get the map 3 started now. Quarterfinals
Round 1.
between Av3k and k1llsen. And I'm on k1llsen first. They're going visor. And it's going to be rockets first for k1llsen. Trying to find him at the bounce pad. I like the shotgun usage.
I like
I'm going
the...
to go one more time.
Oh, I like that he knows he has a gun advantage too. The HP is so low, he peeks over the edge with 7 health left, gets the kill. Still really well done by Av3k, considering he was at a gun disadvantage, a position disadvantage. He was Anakin Skywalker there, but he still gets k1llsen very low on HP. And switching to clutch off the bat, if k1llsen just makes some noise, he might be able to get caught up by Av3k.
A lot of 9s just there. Drop from Av3k, trying to find a shotgun blast through the shield, but won't get there. Now k1llsen's going to use clutch.
But k1llsen did deny away Mago there. Heavy was already picked up, so he's actually going to make it a little bit harder for Av3k to build up any sort of momentum off of that kill. The time shards will be there, yes, but there's still a big window to play with if k1llsen can get there. He doesn't have the guns, though. He doesn't have the rocket launcher. He doesn't have the LG. And Heavy is up, but Av3k's playing slow. A little bit unsure to go for it without a shield.
He was playing very slow, but k1llsen wasn't really pushing the issue at all. He was stepping back and trying to get control of all the weapons. And now they go up against each other. He's got a lot of entry damage. And the shields he's up, I expect k1llsen to win this fight, but let's find out.
Well, rockets will end. Av3k low in health. And k1llsen will indeed get the kill. Mega's up as well in 1 second time, so that stack of health is going to be back there, and it's going to be quite fat for the robot. Quite big boned or steel, whatever you want to call it. Heavy's going to be up, and Av3k gets there in time. 16 health left for k1llsen. And Av3k charges with the shotgun, gets the kill, and now we're tied at 1 apiece here, Ranger v Ranger.
Alright, this is nice. They've both got their abilities up. Av3k has got a weapon advantage, which is helping him out tons. But I suspect k1llsen will be happy to slow play this and work his way around the map before committing to a fight.
Yeah, we did get to see k1llsen put out some really sick control on the RL here in his day of games. I was not able to execute the same kind of control, especially with how this round's gone so far. He did it off the bat, though, with the visor v visor, was able to deny rockets and win that initial skirmish. But now Av3k lurking in the shadows, that's exactly where k1llsen is, hits the good opening shot.
Av3k lets him go. I think he felt that he had passed onto heavy machine gun for a second, so it looks like he doubted his read a bit as to what k1llsen was doing. He's going to continue to control all the items, and I think k1llsen, I mean, right now it's either continue to be defensive, trap and go for die roll kill, or, I don't know, cut up in a ball.
Curl up in a ball.
Brilliant rocket, using the sound cues there to help him get that ideal shot off. Oh my god, that return fire, and I think that k1llsen, if he hangs around for this heavy, he's going to go down. But he's done some great damage, actually, and he's going to die all the way. I think he went through the window panel then. Unless it was the hall.
But this time, he didn't stick around too long and use the die orb to get away instead of trying to hold on for that 1 second longer to get heavy. He did teleport right as heavy came up, so unfortunately he did lose out on it, but he didn't lose his life, so he keeps his hopes alive in this round. Both die orbs now going to be up. Mega come up in a second. Now he's just going to steal that away without taking any damage. Getting the nail gun coming back out, doing a nice little 120 there. K1llsen doesn't have the HP to survive, and Av3k pushes it. And gets
Nice
the kill.
Av3k. I would have liked to have seen K1llsen kind of anticipating the push from Av3k, and because he had the die roll up the whole time, I would like him to fire it up towards the rockets, you know, past the tribot hallway, or something like that, because he hung around for too long, and for sure a spam rocket or something like that would have taken him down. Or just watching Av3k there, getting all information. K1llsen also used it. I believe he took the hourglasses. Now we can see the cooldowns have matched on the items. We should, though, get them still backing off to their own respective items. He says, as K1llsen rushes towards Av3k. Oh my god, Av3k's gonna die from this.
Well,
that was a decent push.
Works out and gets him a kill. He's also got an insane stack now, too. And Av3k already used his shield, most importantly. So there's definitely a good chance K1llsen could pick up this kill in this window that he has. Played from the window where he got those 3 time shards, too. Piercing set up about 14 seconds. Doesn't know where Av3k is. And heavy up in 2. So it looks like K1llsen's going to try to contest this one. He's got to make his choice because Mega's up right around the corner, too.
Yeah, he's letting Av3k get everything on that side. He's got to be really careful of the position he chooses. Av3k not committing to a fight at all yet. I just want to see K1llsen not lock himself into a corner. He's got to always give himself an escape route, somewhere that he can juke if he does get rushed with the shield. Somewhere that he can rocket jump, possibly. Ooh, nice
fadeaway
rocket.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Oh, shield's being used, though. K1llsen, he wants to stick around for Mega. I like that he backs away, though. Trying to keep his distance.
Yeah, he had to back away. Now he knows the shield's gone, so he can go with the LG damage. Av3k caught with his back turn. Who can win this fight? Just about. Av3k has the stack behind him with 5 extra health. Only 5.
That was honestly ridiculous. And this should be a kill for K1llsen. Yeah, doesn't have to use his own shield. Gets it with the shotgun. So that's going to be shield for K1llsen up against just the Ranger of Av3k. Champion advantage in favor of K1llsen as he's down in the round. And now finally has rockets for himself too. A fantastic shot there. Nice little prediction.
I know K1llsen's not been that well practiced with clutch, but I suspect even on this occasion he should be getting the kill. Direwolf, he is going to rocket jump towards him, but his shield's going to fade away before he can actually commit to the frag.
Oh, I thought he bounced him out.
That sent him off.
Oh, airborne shot. That one's going to knock him off. And K1llsen's going to take the round. We want to see it too much. We want to see the blood. We want to see someone knocked out of the map. But you know, actually, K1llsen's been one of the few clutches I've seen not use the mining drill. I'm trying to think back. We haven't seen it at all today out of him.
Yeah, he's not really going for that. I think he's going mostly just for the shield pushes right now, and maybe that does show his inexperience with clutch. So, we'll have to see. I don't want to call it like an advanced strategy or something.
Oh, like no. I just try to compare his clutch to other clutches that we've seen because he's been so vocal about his clutch not being on par.
Yeah, like if you look at
Razy.
Exactly, if you look at Razy's clutch, he's going to be using that mining drill a lot, almost every single time that the shield is used. But K1llsen trying to keep it a little safer.
Looks like items could be traded yet again here. Again, K1llsen using that piercing sight. Pushing in with the LG. Still does not have rockets. Finally able to pick it up, and Av3k, he's got piercing sight used now. The amount of damage he took earlier was not a strong start from here. K1llsen has a major stack advantage. And Av3k has to be super careful.
Oh, the LG absolutely ready for that angle. Really nice from K1llsen. I'd love to see him pushing for a kill soon. But he's going to give away that heavy for free, and that's really an enormous saving grace for Av3k.
Well, more importantly,
does a bit of the work.
K1llsen, I think, delayed Mega a little bit too to make sure there's an offset of time, so he can transition from one to the other if it does get to that point. Here's I use that at K1llsen. Doesn't catch any of these rockets though. Actually, doesn't hit a single point of damage during this exchange. Finally, but it's going to be 8. Yeah.
Grant the bonus points. And he will let that Mega go towards Av3k, but Av3k's ignored it. He's back off the other side, and llsen's going to know with that delay that he can go back and take it now, so he's re-earned that advantage. Now it's just about securing some damage. And that should be the way in to get a frag in the next 10-15 seconds. Ooh. Great rocket. LG. Oh my god, that was so close though.
Consider the advantage llsen had. That turnaround from Av3k was almost there. 19 health to end with. And if llsen lost that fight with such a major advantage, I honestly, I would have been a little tilted for him, to be fair.
Yeah. The thing is, he's on survival mode, trying to make sure he can get away from the clutch. You can see the rockets coming in his direction. Again, how can he stay safe? These little hallways are nice there, because it's difficult for clutch to move through that fast. He's going to rocket jump up again. But he's getting followed completely. Or he might have misread it, but he drops him to the floor. And that's very, very important from him.
Well, the shield's gone.
He can't go to LG.
Yeah, the shield's now gone. Yeah, Av3k used it. Shield's now gone because of it. He was able to keep his distance with a rocket jump. The LG comes out. He's doing a lot of damage. If he can just finish him off. Av3k, though, picking up the Mega. He's going to stay healthy. About 75, 80 HP left. llsen, no piercing sight up, but he does live to fight another day. Most importantly, that rocket just going to barely miss. Av3k goes back to the drop and nail. Heavy up in 7 seconds, and looks like llsen's gonna let this one go, but he's gonna have to do it again. Shield's now back available here for Av3k.
That was a very good effort by llsen. He's killed a lot of time like that, but almost a bad thing. He rocket jumps back up, gives himself a tiny bit of space, but there's no health at all for him to stay alive. Gets onto Mega. He can't quite get to Mega. If he got Mega, there was a slither of hope, I could say.
Oh no, Av3k's trying to run. Good couple of rockets being landed. Shotgun blast out of llsen is not going to be enough. The rockets that Av3k did throw out was enough to keep llsen away from at arm's length. And now he has shield in 3 seconds. He has a good stack. I don't know how llsen's going to restack now because of that.
I think he can. He's going to go down. And now llsen's got to kill that clutch with the Ranger as he waves goodbye to Mega Health. There's no items up for a little bit of time. Then that Dire Orb is going to be pivotal. Dire Orb comes out and he just goes into the fight. This is not what you wanted to do, llsen. He just pressed the /kill button there.
Prepare to fight.
Well, Zoop, guess what? Av3k's now 1 round away from picking up the series and getting through to play against Ron.
It didn't look like it was going to be that way when we were looking at Blood Run, you know?
Not at all. Here we go, Visor.
Back against the wall.
Yeah, Advisor v Visor yet again. Av3k this time using the piercing sight off the bat. So changing up his style a little bit here.
Yeah, I hope he keeps doing that, actually. Let's see if he goes in for an attack onto Heavy. Does find him down below. He's the one getting the bulk of the damage, even if it's only, what, 46 in total? He's now already earned himself position there. And one more bullet of this machine gun. He's actually going to go for the kill now. He knows that llsen is so vulnerable, has no health bubbles available to him unless he can break away.
I don't see him breaking away at all. Now there's the LG coming in from the side, and Av3k now 2 champions away for getting through to play against Ron.
He can't think about that. He can't think about the next match yet. Still work to do in this round. He's going to rocket jump away, but he kind of goes back into llsen. The rocket for llsen is going to land. He's got a chance to tie up the round score on Corrupted Keep.
Problem is, again, llsen has to deal with the clutch. Av3k has rockets and has shield up. llsen's able to get some distance. 5 seconds to go on his own shield, so they should be able to do the mating call. But llsen's actually on the head of Av3k, still on the head of him somehow. And llsen's eventually going to fall, but Av3k's on 28 HP.
That was the totally NSFW version. I saw that. Was that llsen on his head or Av3k on his head or something? I don't know what was
I think they
on
call it the 1-0-1-0 position.
Very good. Oh, nice move from llsen. Still locks down the frag and has given himself a chance now. He could earn himself an item still. Oh my god! Poor llsen. He walks into the dire orb that comes into his direction. It wasn't a direct, like, telefrag, I think. He just got the full 100 damage, burst fire style. But Av3k with the full reverse sweep in the series.
That's a little unfortunate for that series to boil down to the dire orb at the end. But you know what, Av3k, he's done it. He's done it before against K1llsen yesterday. He's done it again today. He did it against Razy yesterday. It shows he's one of the players that if you put him against the wall, he'll still be able to fight back. And you know what? Get himself into a position now into the semifinals to guarantee himself money and to play against Ron.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's going to have a little bit of a break now to prepare himself for that match. I know that